Bada bing, bada boom. We are here in the Final Four matchup between Gonzaga and Seton Hall, the two hottest teams in the league. Doing it out here, and here we go. We are underway as Petrusev wins the tip-off for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. I am here with my co-host. Welcome back, Preston Pope. You have had a couple games absence, but you are back here, and I'm so excited to be hosting this game with you. How you doing today, man?
I am doing pretty well, hoping this game is better than the last one.
Oh, that's for sure. We had some technical difficulties there as Miles Powell, nothing short of spectacular as he slams it in to get the Seton Hall Pirates on the board. 82.5 points per game. When I say hot, I mean hot. They have been outstanding this season, but Gonzaga has been no joke on the defensive end, and that man right there, Petrusev, has been a problem in this league. So, with that, let's just have a good game, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, right on cue right there. Petrusev with the wide open layup. And Seton Hall back in their offense now. They feed it into Gill.
And Gill had a little mismatch there, but they're able to put it in as he's been better in the home crowd this season as that Petrusev right there.
Yeah, Petrusev doesn't necessarily have the size on Gill, but he's got the speed, he's got the quickness, he's got the finesse, and it's going to be a tough matchup for Gill. It's also going to be a tough matchup for Petrusev on the other end. Both players gifted with scoring the ball.
Right there, blocks it. He looked like he was going to get the advantage of there, you know. Maybe Petrusev didn't have the speed advantage there, but able to block it, get back on offense and slam it in there on the fast break as Petrusev. 26.5 points per game this season, but he's been playing his best basketball in the recent weeks.
Gill able to finish on the inside there against Killian Tilly. Tilly, not necessarily, Tilly is known for his defense and his three-point shooting and really just his overall play in general. He's a very talented player. Gill with great defense on Petrusev right there. First time we've seen Petrusev get swatted like that in a while, Eric.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, you know, I was really surprised last game with how Petrusev would played against Gray. You know, I thought Raquan Gray was going to play better defense against Petrusev, especially late in the game. But, I mean, more of this, what Gill's doing so far, he's already blocked Petrusev twice right there and contested him a few times earlier in this game. I thought Gray would do more of that against Petrusev, but we didn't see that as we see from Gill and Miles Powell not wasting any time. And not only is Miles Powell, you know, averaging a lot of points for this, 45 points per game for the Seton Hall Pirates, ridiculous. He's also leading the league with assists per game with averaging nearly 11, so he can get his teammates involved as well. As Woolridge puts that in for Gonzaga.
Yeah, Seton Hall's really come out and seemed to squash what Gonzaga has been able to do all year, which is just feed it inside to Petrusev with great defense by Romero Gill. Due to Romero Gill's size and length. It'll be interesting to see how Gonzaga responds. Will they run more of like a pick-and-roll type offense, or will they try and find other mismatches on the floor as Gill is just taking over this game right now?
He certainly is getting the better of Petrusev surprisingly early on in this game, but time will tell as it maybe last in the second half. We'll see as Petrusev there. Another tough shot. Look at that defense by Gill, Preston, as he finds Powell driving to the hoop, has him jump in, and puts it in. Man, Seton Hall.
Yep, they're able to get on the break really quick. Both these teams like to get on the break. So it'll be able, the game is really going to come down to who can get the most defensive stops because that's going to allow these teams to get on the break and get easy buckets.
Very, very well indeed as Woolridge hits a tough three-point shot there to put Gonzaga within 3 points. We know Seton Hall, they can attack you at different ways as Gill's really getting involved early on in this game. And Powell, you got to worry about him too as he puts it in.
Yeah, Gonzaga really easily switching on everything right now, and I don't know if that's the right strategy. Oh, nice move by Woolridge right there to create space for Petrusev, and he misses a wide open shot.
Well, he hesitated a little bit, Preston, and you can't hesitate in a big game like this because if you do, you're going to start shooting poorly as Petrusev, 3 of 10. Not a good start for him.
And Powell is cooking.
All of Gonzaga's Seton Hall's 18 points have been in the paint. So just wait till they start getting that shot beyond arc involved as Petrusev puts it in right there. Nice pass.
Yes, nice pick and roll offense right there between Woolridge and Petrusev. It looks like that's what Gonzaga is going to go to throughout this game, since Gill has been able to shut down Petrusev to this point as he gets hammered on by Miles Powell.
Goodness, Miles Powell as Woolridge. And that's going to be a foul off Petrusev. Oh my goodness, an illegal screen. And is it Preston? I know it's early, but does it seem like Petrusev might be getting a little frustrated here early on in the game?
Definitely frustrated. 3 for 10 from the field. Already picked up a frustrating foul right there. We'll see how Gonzaga...
And leads Gill wide open again.
Yeah, Petrusev tried to read that pick and roll right there, but still not able to play good enough off-ball defense there.
And a turnover there, and look, he's going to leave a man wide open as Powell slings that shot. And almost a buzzer beater. 6 seconds left. This will not count, but the effort's there as Gonzaga will go down double digits early on in this game to end the first quarter. As I mentioned before, 2 of the hottest teams here in this Final Four matchup duking it out. If you're just joining us, this is the last spot to see who will play the Dayton Flyers in the national championship. As Petrusev able to draw a foul there. That's a tough one there.
Petrusev, not the best free throw shooter. I believe he's shooting just around 70% on the season, but he goes 1 for 2 right there.
Always better to make one than none, Preston, as Powell with another three-point shot. Seton Hall's on a mission right now. Powell's up to 17 points, outscoring this whole Gonzaga team by himself. And he almost gets a steal there on Woolridge as they're going to give it to their guy, Petrusev. Gill has been playing exceptionally well there. And another tough shot missing by Petrusev.
Yeah, Seton Hall has just been a lot more efficient, and Gonzaga not realizing that, Petrusev isn't getting it done, so they're going to have to mix things up offensively in order to create for their shot makers.
And that's Powell again. Well, what I've noticed early on in this game is that they don't really have their heads on straight right now, Preston. It doesn't seem like they want to play with the tempo that Seton Hall is playing with. We know Gonzaga is a very, very physical team, but it just doesn't seem like they're playing with the fast pace that Seton Hall is right now, and that's just not a good look right there by Petrusev.
Yeah, but their game is to slow it down a little bit. Obviously, they like to get out in transition when it's available, but in the half-court offense, they really like to just hammer it in with Petrusev. But the problem is with the 7-2 center like Gill in the center, it's going to be hard to do that consistently. And Seton Hall, normally, people double down on Petrusev and they're able to kick it out for open threes. But they're not able to do that today because Petrusev isn't able to get it going. So they're going to have to find other ways to get their shot makers involved in the offense. Right now, their offense is just stationary as there's another turnover right there and a fast break opportunity for Miles Powell, and he converts.
Yes, they are not letting their foot off the gas pedal right now. 71% just can't come back in this game if you're going to let them shoot that good. But like you said, Preston, just too stationary right now. Got to give more guys involved as Petrusev there, able to get him off the jump and puts a nice little shot in there. Now, Gonzaga isn't shooting terrible, but not what they ideally want to.
You're right, Eric. Their offense has just been too stagnant up to this point, but that's how they've played all season. And I think that's what is tough about this tournament is you're going to face a lot of different types of teams, and it's single game elimination. So you've got to make adjustments in the moment, and you've got to be versatile and able to play every different type of team when you're in this tournament.
That's a wide open lane there for Gill off the pass by Powell as he slams it in. The name coming in was Powell and Petrusev this game, but so far it's been all Gill as he picks up a foul right there. First one of the game. Tilly throws it in.
Yeah, Gonzaga, I feel like they're really forgetting about their other perimeter playmakers. They've got one of the best point guards in the country and the best in their respective conference in Ryan Woolridge.
Gill
Then they
again.
also have one of the best small forwards in the country in Corey Kispert. And let's not forget about Killian Tilly, who's one of the best power forwards in the country. So Gonzaga's going to have to get some other players involved if they want to win this game. It just can't be Petrusev anymore.
Well, they've been here before, Preston, but haven't won. And geez, it's been years. It's been almost over a decade since they've won a national championship. As they're trying to put it together here, but so far no good for this Seton Hall. They just have no answers for this Seton Hall team. But still early, and I think you're right, Preston. They got to worry about the other playmakers on their team because if you look at Gillespie, he made or Kilprit, he had the dagger against Florida State a few nights ago to move this team on into the next round, into this Final Four position. So you got to get him involved more, and if you can get him and these other guys involved in Woolridge, it's obviously going to help you out and get back in this game.
That's exactly right, Eric. The thing when you come to play against great teams is they're going to try and take away what you do best. So you're going to have to make adjustments and learn to take what the defense gives you. At this point, Gonzaga is just forcing it over and over with Petrusev.
We get some adjustment changes right here. Well, Preston, I think a lot of it has to do with the physicality that Seton Hall brings because I feel like the last two games for Gonzaga, yes, they were competitive. The Florida State game, it was very competitive really until the end of the game where they came up clutch on defense, but they didn't really have to do much. They didn't have to get too many guys involved. It was really just Petrusev. But this game, like you said, you got to make adjustments and you got to get more than one guy involved if you want to beat this Seton Hall team. As Petrusev with a nice move there in the post. They are up 17 points here.
Yeah, I'm looking right now, Eric, and Gonzaga has never won a national championship. The closest they have come is their 2017 championship appearance against North Carolina, where they lost that game. That was also their only Final Four appearance. So,
nice move there, Woolridge.
This is their second Final Four appearance ever, and they're fighting for a chance to go to the national championship for a second time and hopefully be national champions, but right now not looking so positive.
Not looking so positive as well, but 2 for 2 there at the free throw line. Three-point shot there, and it's drained at the buzzer. 25-45, Seton Hall making a statement right now, shooting 78% of the field as we go into the half. Second half underway as Miles Powell passed to Gill there inside the paint. Foul by Petrusev. That's his second of the game. Gill will go to the line.
Seton Hall today making their second Final Four appearance ever. Their first one and their last one was in 1989. So it's been, over 3 decades since they've been to the Final Four. And they ended up going to the national championship that year. Looks like they'll do the same. They weren't able to finish that season, so Seton Hall looking to get their first national championship in school history this year.
Well, those Pirate fans are really hype as it is, as Powell there. Oh my goodness. And that is an and one. Tilly tried to get some help there, but he ends up making a little bit too much contact there as Miles Powell will get a 3-point play there.
And Seton Hall just blowing this game wide open at this point. Gonzaga is going to need something major. They're going to need to start hitting from the outside or something in order to have a chance. And need to
A
watch out
block
for the 3
there.
seconds there. And he ends up throwing up a tough shot, and it's swatted by Gill.
Oh, nice defense there. Good hustle there by the Bulldogs. Another deep shot here. He's taken a lot this game as gets the offensive rebound here. That's now Tillion Powell as nice pass to Gill puts it in. He's up to 17. He has not missed a shot yet, Preston. As McKnight will pick up the foul. Well, Gonzaga's just obviously trying to get something to put themselves back in this game. They take a three-point shot. They haven't taken much this game, but it's going to start taking threes to get back into this one. There's a nice block there. And the Pirates he stepped out of bounds. Looks like he'll still be the Pirates' ball here. Didn't catch a break there.
If I'm Gonzaga right now, I don't really know what to do. I guess their only option right here is to rage quit, kind of like what Ohio State did earlier against Seton.
Well, those Gonzaga guys, I know Matt Petrusev. He's a tough dude, and he shows right there. He gets the and one. They won't quit. As ugly as this game will get, they won't quit.
I wonder if he'll cry like Adam Morrison, though.
Oh, man. See, that's what I was thinking. I was very surprised you said this is only their, you said second Final Four appearance?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought they put it together that one season with Adam Morrison, but I guess not.
No, I believe they lost in the Elite Eight that year.
Adam Morrison was a spark for this Gonzaga team, but wasn't able to move it on into the NBA as he was one of the biggest busts that we've seen. What do you think about Petrusev being a pro player, Preston?
I don't know if I see Petrusev being an all-star, but I think he could develop into being a very good role player, possibly at the power forward or center position if he develops an outside jumper. It's been tough for centers to do that kind of like this late in their career, but we'll see. He's an amazing college player, obviously, and I'm not a professional scout or anything, but I could see him being a late first round, early second round draft pick.
That was Kispert's first shot of the game, and it's a three-point shot. He hit the dagger the other night as Powell slams it in again, getting some separation there. He has 33 points. Yeah, the real reason I asked Preston is, this could possibly be, as it's on its way to being Petrusev's last game in a Bulldog uniform.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Shot clock ticking down here. Amazing perimeter defense. They got to shoot it. Time's running out and no good as Petrusev gets his board and puts it in. He's got 27.
I think Miles Powell just looking to add to the stat sheet as he is already the favorite for Final Four most outstanding player. Obviously, he won the regular season award for athlete, or what's the name of the award, Eric?
The Wooden?
The Wooden Award. He won the Wooden Award during the regular season, and he's looking to add another individual award to his trophy case at the end of this one.
Oh, deep shot there. 3-point shot. Yeah, Preston, you're right. I wish Roquan Smith won the Wooden Award.
Why is that, Eric?
Oh, I'm just bursting your bubble a little bit. I had to get you back from the other night.
What did I do the other night?
The other night when I was mistaken my Kentucky teams and you were getting on to me for that. I had to get you back for the Roquan Smith and not knowing the Wooden Award. So,
Haha, yeah, yeah.
oh, nice. Oh, there we go. A little step back action there by Woodridge. He needs to get more of that to try to make this closer as Seton Hall. Nice Powell is just so fast. Good defense there by Woodridge. Rebound by Petrusev. Almost a steal there, and that will end the quarter as Seton Hall is one quarter away from a championship appearance. We'll be right back. Crutcher to top and sends it in. It's good. Dayton is moving on to the finals. They wait the winner. And as you see that ad, the Flyers earlier have made it on to the championship as they await the winner of this game. And it's looking like it's going to be Seton Hall. Man, that's going to be a game.
Yes, very excited for that matchup, Eric. Obi Toppin against Miles Powell. Two battled out. They haven't played each other this year yet, but they were the top two favorites for the Wooden Award. Ultimately, Miles Powell ended up winning that award. So Obi Toppin looking to steal a national championship from him.
Yes, and if they can keep that game close, it's going to be very interesting, that's for sure, because Seton Hall's been in a couple close games this year. This is not one of them, obviously, but, it seems like the Flyers have won a lot of clutch games here in this tournament, including Oregon and UC Irvine late, with the overtime game versus Oregon, and then the late slam there in the fourth by Obi Toppin to beat the UC Irvine #1 seed. So if they get into a close game with Seton Hall, that game could get very interesting, Preston.
Yes, that's a good point, Eric. Seton Hall has only been in one close game this season, whereas Dayton has been in a lot of close games this season. So will that play an advantage if the game ends up being close?
You never know, but the key factor is going to be keeping it close. If they can keep it close, then I have no doubt that they will, and it will be in for a good national championship. As Patrice was trying to get some separation here on Gill, but he's responding well as Tilly. Nice little moves there. He's going to take the jump shot, and no good. Gill with the rebound.
This is what I'm talking about. Gonzaga has other players they can create with. They don't just have to go inside with Petrusev. And with their spacing, they have space to create. And hopefully, if Gill helps over, Petrusev can be there on the weak side for the boards. But Gonzaga has to start thinking about creating with other players.
And they're running out of time to do that as Petrusev not going to be able to put it in. I would imagine that they would be going for the three-point shot more, but it just hasn't looked like that. But credit to Seton Hall's defense for just not letting them get any open looks, as it seems.
Yes, Seton Hall's defense has been absolutely phenomenal. They've shut down Gonzaga's top player, and they've really made it tough for anybody else to get going as well.
As we see Ayayi here, he's had a couple fouls here as Petrusev, another tough shot there. Powell again, 47 points. And I mean, as crazy as that sounds, Preston, that's pretty much a normal game for him this season, it seems like.
Yes, that's under what he's been averaging in the playoffs. He's been averaging 50 points per game in the playoffs. During the regular season, he averaged just under 45 points per game. So he's just having a normal game, it seems like.
As we are, Petrusev again just can't get it going. He's scored a lot, but they've been doing really good against him, especially Gill. I think that's been my player of the game, Preston. I know Miles Powell. I think this is just another Miles Powell game, but I give credit to Gill. His defense on Petrusev tonight was phenomenal, and I don't even know if he's missed a shot tonight. I mean, he was shooting 100% earlier, and he's just been playing so well against Petrusev. I know Petrusev. Well, as I say that he gets an and one, and Gill for the most part is getting the better of him on the defensive end. So that's my player of the game for Seton Hall.
Yes, I think Gill has been a big reason the Flyers have been destroying this game. I think a lot of what Gill has done on the offensive side as they run another pick and roll right there has been Miles Powell ability to create off the pick and set Gill up for easy wide open layups or dunks. That's why Seton Hall's been so efficient. And if they try and cover the roll, it's just going to leave Miles Powell open for a wide open jump shot or drive to the rim. So it's really made them unguardable.
And it has been unguardable all tonight as Gill gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Powell. We have 1:18 left in this game. Drains another three-point shot. They've gotten him involved as well. Woolridge, 30 points. 30-point game for this Seton Hall team as nice little fadeaway shot there. Deep shot by Powell. No good. Rebound. As we see Powell slam it in, you can see all these Seton Hall fans there on their feet, clapping, applauding their team as they will see their their second national championship appearance in school history. And what a way to do it here in Atlanta.
I know Miles Powell is going to be pinching himself in a couple minutes. This is something he's dreamed for since he was little. Returning back to Seton Hall as a senior this year instead of entering the draft, this is something he has dreamed about.
As 15 seconds, let's see if Gonzaga is going to play till 0-0 as pass to Petrusev here. 9 seconds left. Petrusev trying to get his last very well might be his last slam as a Gonzaga Bulldog. Well, actually it is because he's a senior, and Miles Powell will dribble it out. That is it. Complete domination for this Seton Hall Pirates team. They move on to the national championship to play the Dayton Flyers. Credit to the Cinderella story that the Gonzaga Bulldogs almost put off, but tonight it was all Seton Hall.